2025 is starting to look like the year the establishment finally got scared of independent voices. For years, they controlled the narrative through censorship, cancel culture, and shutting people down. Now, those same voices they tried to silence are bigger than ever, and the establishment clearly isn't happy about it. And 2025 has also made one thing very clear. It doesn't matter if you're on the right or the left anymore. The moment you go against the mainstream or the establishment, they come after you. They go after your name, your career, your reputation, everything. Recently, a lot of establishment figures have been attacking Tucker Carlson. Most of that pressure was coming from Republicans, but now something new just happened. Now even Hillary Clinton has jumped in, and she also mentioned Nick Fuantes by name.
Are we about to lose the U.S.?
I don't think so, but I don't think you can take it for granted. And I don't think it's a partisan issue. I think it's more generational. I mean, when you hear people like Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes talking, they're on the right. When you hear others saying similar things, they're on the left. So this is not a Republican versus Democrat kind of divide. This is generational.
The biggest problem the establishment is having with the new younger generation is this. They're not waiting for politicians or mainstream news to tell them what to think anymore. Most of them are educated, they know how to research, and they can access information directly without filters and propaganda. And to the people in power, that's actually very dangerous. The wild part is, she pretty much says this out loud without even trying to hide it.
That our students, smart, well-educated young people from our own country, from around the world, where were they getting their information? They were getting their information from social media, particularly TikTok. That is where they were learning about what happened on October 7th, what happened in the days, weeks, and months to follow. That's a serious problem. It's a serious problem for democracy, whether it's Israel or the United States, and it's a serious problem for our young people. And so when you think about how to tell Israel's story, and it's important, it's not just looking internally, it's looking externally, and particularly looking at young people, because, it's not just the usual suspects. It is a lot of young Jewish Americans who don't know the history and don't understand. A lot of the challenge is with younger people. More than 50% of young people in America get their news from social media. So just pause on that for a second. They are seeing short-form videos, some of them totally made up, some of them not at all representing what they claim to be showing. And that's where they get their information. And it was frankly shocking to me how little the students we were encountering, not only in this class we teach, which is a very large class, international relations about crisis decision making, but students more generally. And that's why I mentioned the social media piece of it, because when you would try to talk to them to engage in some kind of reasonable discussion, it was very difficult because they did not know history, they had very little context, and what they were being told on social media was not just one-sided, it was pure propaganda.
Oh, of course, social media is just full of propaganda, but mainstream media, pure as snow, right? God forbid they would ever push a narrative or try to shape how people think. That would never happen. But that woman you see on social media complaining that the government is sending billions of dollars in aid overseas while she can't even afford her groceries? Oh yeah, she's the dangerous one. She's the one pushing dark propaganda. You see how backwards that sounds? And this is exactly why they hate people like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, because they actually talk about the things regular people are worried about, not the approved talking points. And when journalism starts challenging power, it gets punished. Here's Hillary attacking Tucker Carlson in another interview.
I mean, he's like a puppy dog. He somehow has, after having been fired from so many outlets in the United States, I would not be surprised if he emerges with a contract with outlet, because he is a useful idiot. He says things that are not true. He parrots Vladimir Putin's pack of lies about Ukraine. It's really quite sad that not just somebody like Tucker Carlson, who has, as I said, been fired so many times because he seems unable to, correlate his reporting with the truth, but also because it's a sign that there are people in this country right now who are like a fifth column.
Even though Hillary and most Democrats never liked Tucker in the first place, what really made a lot of Republicans turn on him was the fact that he interviewed Nick Fuantes. The attack started coming from the MAGA side almost immediately. Everyone piled on him, but ironically, Trump actually defended Tucker and said he can interview whoever he wants.
But you can't tell him who to interview. I mean, if he wants to interview Nick Fuentes, I don't know much about him, but if he wants to do it, get the word out. Let him, people have to decide. Ultimately, people have to decide.
And when the reporter asked him why he had dinner with Nick Fuentes at Mar-a-Lago, this is what he said.
I didn't know he was coming, and he was with, as you know, somebody, Kanye. And Kanye asked if he could have dinner, and he brought Nick. I didn't know Nick at the time. And he did. He came, and along with a few other people. He brought a few people with him. Meeting people, talking to people, like for somebody like Tucker, that's what they do. People are controversial. Some are, some aren't.
And when Tucker was asked why he interviewed Nick in the first place, he responded like a boss.
Fuentes first became known freshman year of college, like first month of college. He's a student at BU, and he put something on the internet, Twitter or something, and basically like, why does Israel control our Congress? Something like that. He's a college freshman. And Ben Shapiro, sitting at like command center somewhere, is like, what? A college student who's not on board with the program? Destroy him. And Ben Shapiro tries to, quote, cancel this kid. He's a fucking college student. He's a freshman from Chicago. Rather than just call the guy and be like, hey, actually, I saw what you said. I don't like it. But there are reasons that we're allied with Israel and like it really helps us. Or whatever, make your case whatever your case is. His first instinct was, this man must be destroyed. He can never have a job in Con Inc. No one can hire him. And how'd that work for you, Ben Shapiro? Well, of course, it didn't work at all. Nick Fuentes is way bigger than Ben Shapiro has ever been, way more influential than Ben Shapiro has ever been. You can't cancel an idea. It just does not work. Let's kill Jesus. Okay, how'd that work? World's biggest religion. It just doesn't work. And any wise person knows that. So the only way, liberals used to say this, they don't believe it apparently anymore, but the only way to stop bad ideas is by countering them with good ideas. You want to defeat lies, tell the truth. It's literally that simple. And as if I needed to be reminded of that, the last month, I don't think a single person has ever made the case that I'm wrong, that Nick Fuentes is wrong. The Jew hatred stuff is wrong, period. And I said that. The white hatred, black hatred, Jew hatred, Malaysian hatred, Bedouin hatred, it's all wrong. I believe that as much as I believe anything. Okay. But the rest of it, his analysis, which is actually smart and in a lot of cases true, no one's even attempted to rebut it. 95% or whatever the number is, if members of Congress take AIPAC money, how is that good? Shut up, Nancy! Mm-hmm. So if that's your only defense, you've lost. You've lost. You didn't even enter the game. We're playing different games. I'm trying to tell the truth, convince people that what I think is true is actually true. And you're trying to make me be quiet because you don't like it. You can shoot me or you can shoot everybody, but it doesn't go away because the truth is an immovable object. It just exists and you conform to it or you don't, but it doesn't change.
Exactly. It never works to silence the truth. Just look at Tucker Carlson. He was fired from Fox, and now he's bigger than Fox itself. Same thing with Candace Owens. She was pushed out of Daily Wire, and now she runs one of the biggest podcasts in the world. None of the Daily Wire accounts can even come close to the audience she gets on her own. That tells you everything you need to know. So yeah, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more updates like this.